Dirk playing with me like this, man. He always want to cut me off, but hold on, check me out.
Dang, that's hot. I thought I'd let it cool down some. That's all right. It's to pick me up. But good morning. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon. If I don't see you later, good evening. You hear that? The Truman Show. What's up? Jesus and coffee. If you're watching this, do me a favor, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about these coffee cup convos. You dig? Especially if you've watched more than 2 of them. You know, tell me what you think, man. You know, give your boy a thumbs up. You know, or a thumbs down. Either way, it's still all love. Either way, I'm still doing what the Lord put on me to do. But okay, we're gonna fast forward. Yeah. That's some good coffee right there. I can mess with that. So, if you watched the last one, 4, you know, I was talking about just talking to God. You feel me? I was just talk to him, you know, have your moment of prayer, but talk to him, right? So, you know, this one right here is about he answers. You know, God answers you. Now here's the thing that I've been noticing with that. Sometimes God answers you and you done forgot your question. I know that's how it work with me. It might not work with everybody like that. Sometimes I'm telling you, God answers and you done forgot your question. You know, you done forgot what you was talking to him about. You know, you done forgot, you know, what you prayed to him about, but he answers. That's the first one. He did. So here go the second one. And this one's about to get real personal. Like, this is recently. So, you know, God answered me. Like, within this week, you know, he did answer me a couple times within this week. Like, he really been working on your boy. Like, he really been working on your boy, you know. But I'm gonna share this one with y'all. So, you know, I was talking to a Hebrew Israelite, right? Maybe you don't know who they are, maybe you do. But these cats, you know, they got a way of thinking about God that's, in my point of view, no disrespect, in my point of view, a lot of them have a way of looking at God that's racist, that's very divisional, that's very holier than thou, very religious, you know, and you know, but they're very Bible educated. Like, for real, they would break the Bible down. Like, man, one of these, almost had me thinking that God was straight, you know, we was about to enslave all white people. You know, I'm gonna keep it funky with you, like, for real. Like, they will break the Bible down. So this one cat, Hebrew Israelite, you know, he was telling me, you know, the infamous John 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And he was like, so when God says the world, he's not talking about the world. Let that soak in. When God mentions the world, when the Bible mentions the world, he's not talking about the world. So that's what this brother's telling me. So what world is he meaning? That's my question. What world? He says he's only talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. Whoa. So, you know, I'm like, what Jesus did just come for the Jew. You know, that was who he was talking to. That's, to Israel, that's the Jew first, then the Greeks, the Gentiles. Fast forward, every time that word, world, pops up, I'm analyzing it. And I'm like, okay, the world, So let me get to the point. God gave me my answer. This is the answer he gave me. For real. Like I said, I'm going through John. You feel me? Each chapter, I'm reading, soaking it in. World, And I mean, it just seemed like Jesus just kept on saying the world. It was like almost like, every time I got to that word, the world, it was like bold. It was like, pay attention now. All right, so I'm paying attention. So I get to John chapter 13. I got the Bible right here. I'm going to read it straight out the Bible this time. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not playing with y'all. I be in my Bible. Okay, so I got it right here. So I get to John chapter 13, and it opens up with this right here. First verse, John chapter 13. Now, before the feast of the Passover, when Yeshua, Jesus, knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. So, I'm just taking like with how it all led up. Like, okay, so Jesus is gonna leave this world that we are in, right? And then he is having loved his own which were in the world. I mean, all his disciples was left in the world, and he left the whole world. He didn't just leave Israel. I mean, it's more than that, I mean, I would just think that if, Jesus was leaving the world, as it says in, chapter 13, that he just would have left Israel, maybe like would have went to Italy, would have like went to Rome, would have went to Asia, would have went to, back to Egypt, because it says that, he was raised in Egypt, he was raised in North Africa, you dig? But, yeah, man, so, I feel like God definitely sent me an answer, and that's the point. That's the real point of this video, is that, sometimes we don't always understand what we read. Sometimes we don't always know, like what to ask God or what to, how to come to God. But, God answers, and, when he does answer, sometimes you might have forgot that you asked, but he answers. You feel me? Sometimes, like, you might not even know, like, that's the answer that you wanted. You might even remember the question, and the answer that he gives you, you might not even have wanted. Like, that's happened before, too. Sometimes you got to be careful with, how you question God and, the questions that you have for him, because the answer can hurt sometimes, You know what I mean? So, that's it for this one. God answers. Somebody told me one thing, I didn't settle on it. I didn't, get discouraged, and I didn't question God too much. I just knew, get back in his word, and he gonna answer. And I feel like that's the answer that he gave me, That's the conclusion of the answer. Jesus left this world, and his loved ones, was still here in this world, not just in Israel. So, that's the answer. All right, man, good looking. Thanks for, checking it out. I'm going to go ahead and just shout out myself in my own selfishness. Yo, Big Steppy, doing great on Spotify. If you still ain't tuned in to your boy, you know, I got Big Steppy, and right here on this channel, you know, I got, if you go to the playlist, you can find all 5 of my songs, man. You know, get in tune. I got more music coming soon. But yeah, so that's it. God answers. You feel me? Deuces.
Ooh la la, ooh la la,
Let's go.
Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what a sacrifice, what nothing nice. Spilled his blood on the table, now we waiting to throw the rice. Married in this thing, it's a party, call me Flocka Flame. Far from flames when he touched down, come to heal the lane. Bet you call him K, son of May, he the only thing really matter. On the platter, he the bread, such a chatter. Blood up in my cup, think he's sick, it's the covenant. I don't need the love, need his son.